How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Anno 117 Pax Romana. I hope you're having a good one because I am so excited to be back. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's been about a week, if not a bit more, since I last played this because we had some family over because we did Christmas kind of early this year, and also because I have just been addicted to Town to City. I've also been kind of addicted to Battlefield 6, and I've been checking out the recent update to Star Citizen, which I know none of this really matters to anybody, but I just thought I'd share that I've had my reasons, some of them valid, some of them probably not, but it's been a good time. I'm excited to be back though. I've got some ideas. I've got some things I'd like to do, and it feels weird playing this game having played Town to City, because with Town to City, I sort of sit back, I relax, it's very mellow and chill, and we play the whole thing kind of like this. Whereas with this game, I feel like I can sit up a little bit. We're going to war. We're doing all that good stuff. We're probably not doing that stuff today. We're going to be doing some building today. But anyway, this intro's been it's been long enough. Let's get to it. Let's get into it. So we have a request from the Emperor. We lost a lot of men. That wasn't his voice. Hold on. We lost a lot of men on the battlefield, but the war's not over yet. I don't think this was his voice either, but it'll do. We need reinforcement. They're the most basic units. Do you accept the request and promise to deliver? I need to give him some archers within an hour. I can probably do that. I'm relatively sure I can do that. We have... That's not what I'm looking for. That is my barracks. Perfect. So I can get some archers. I guess we'll get some archers and we'll deliver them for a little bit of favor with the Emperor. And then we have a festival up this way. This is Capitolini, income and prestige. That's totally fine. We can pay for it. We have more money than I'm ever going to spend, which is, again, completely fine. Now, when it comes to what I want to do today, I sort of want to get working on marble production. Because if we can get marble production, we can start working on the forum, we can start working on the baths, and that's going to give us an increase to population, an increase to income and prestige, as well as more population, more health, and more fire safety. Now, admittedly, these buildings are kind of huge, so we're going to be doing a little bit of a rework to some of these neighborhoods to get this one in here, and then this guy is also admittedly kind of huge. So again, we're going to be doing some reworks to some of these neighborhoods to make it work. But that's okay. That's kind of what I want to do. I would also like to try and get these guys things like fine glass or writing tablets or brooches, which we need to bring over from Albion. Now, the writing tablets, we need a Sandarak nursery. Relatively sure one of my islands has Sandarak. Was it this one? It was not. Was it this one? It is. Now, the good thing with this island, as I'm pretty sure we've previously discussed, is we have that Sandarak fertility. We also have marble over here. So I think we might want to get to work in terms of populating this island. So I think that's what we do. I think we go in, I think we start laying out some little roads right here. And I think we just, do I want to go for exactly the same layout that I've done everywhere? I'm not 100% sure that I do. I don't know if a diagonal is going to look much better here, but I figure maybe what we do is, well, we'll lay out some roads is what we'll do. We'll go back like this. That is going to be the same layout though. It is, it is going to be exactly the same layout that we've done 100 times over now. I guess it doesn't matter. It's kind of efficient. It's like starting city skylines by building a battery, right? It's sort of arguably the most efficient way to just have a little road that goes straight up here. So I guess that's maybe what we're going to do. Although I might just be cheeky and double this up a little bit so that we can have something a little fancier looking. Not that it really matters because we're still doing this road through the middle, but we'll do something like this to start with. We are obviously going to need some timber production, which for now, well, this can actually go anywhere, can't it? We don't need to put it right next to these trees. So for now, my timber production, I think, is going to live just over here. In fact, I'm going to push it a little bit further this way because my hope would be that I can stack these guys right next to each other, and it kind of looks like I can. Yeah, we can totally get two of those right next to each other. That's kind of huge. Does a road interrupt it too much? Not really. That's good news as well. So those are okay. Can I do a road around them without messing with them? It sort of looks like I totally can. which is great. And then for the sawmill, it does mess with them a little bit, so we want to be careful with that. So I think the sawmill is just going to go down here. I think we're just going to put a bunch of our production down this way, and if we remember right, it is a 1-to-1 ratio, so we're going to want 2 of these guys. So let's just do one, say, here. Let's do the other one right next door right here, and we'll surround those guys with some roads. Obviously, we need a connection up this way for a warehouse, so we'll do a little, I kind of like the little angle right there. I think that's kind of cool. Although I will say, a warehouse, oh, it's gonna need timber. We're gonna have to bring some timber over here. I kind of forgot about this. But that's fine, I think. Hold on a minute. If I move you to right there, you, I think, will start producing timber. And I don't know if that counts as something I can use for construction unless it goes into a warehouse. I'm not really too sure on this one, but I guess we're about to find out once you get some. Yeah, so you're complaining that you don't have a warehouse. That's okay. I think we can work with that. I honestly have no idea if I can build a warehouse without having the timber in storage, though. And looking at it, I want to say that the answer is probably a resounding no. Oh, now hold on a second. We do have some timber over here. I realize because I moved this building back, the materials went with it, which means they were able to then store them in. That's amazing. Okay, that's very cool. That's an interesting little trick. So if you want to store materials without having a warehouse, you can move your production buildings next to the resource buildings, have them produce the materials, and then move the building back towards your trading post. That's cheeky. That's a little bit cheeky. I kind of like that, though. That's kind of neat. That's going to be really important to keep in mind for future runs of this game. Okay, so that gives us timber production, which is great news. Obviously not the most efficient setup for it, but that's honestly okay. It's not the end of the world. We are going to need people out here. So I think in terms of how we can do residences, I'm gonna say we do a little something like this, just the entire way up here. So we'll do a little 2x5 right there. We'll do a little 2x5 right here. I'm probably not gonna leave too many gaps around here for different productions and different fancy roads, but I like the idea of a little fancy road just across here because I think that could be kind of nice. So we'll get some roads around all of you, and then this is going to be a fancy road, and this is also going to be a bit of a fancy road. We can sort of run a road straight down through here as well, so we have that connection, and we'll see what we put in these spaces before I decide what the what the rest of the road connections are necessarily going to look like, because I don't want to get rid of the roads later on if I don't have to. So that should be totally fine. You want to settle a new island. Okay, where is that island? It is going to be in Albion. Okay, I thought this guy already had an island in Albion, if I'm not mistaken. So he wants this one. Okay, is this your island already? No, this is your, oh wow. He has been building in Albion. That's intimidating. That is intimidating. Wow. Okay. Not sure how I'm going to deal with all of this at some point, but we will. Yeah, I'm going to let him take the island just because I don't want him to hate me. Anyway, coming back to Lerna here, let's get ourselves some sardines so that people are going to be nicely fed. I think what we'll do is 1 and 2 of them right about there. They are going to need a market and a tavern, so we'll go relatively central with these, I think. I think we'll also do the usual little thing of actually having them be somewhat central here. So right about there should be fine. And then the tavern can go, well, it's not going to work perfectly, but maybe we just do 2 of them. We could throw like 2 taverns in here for a little bit of extra coverage, which I guess is kind of fun, I suppose. We'll do a little bit of that. We have some ships under attack. Presumably, yeah, these ones are trying to mess with my blockade. They're a little bit stuck, is what they are. They cannot get through. That sounds like their problem, as far as I'm concerned. I'm not going to really concern myself too much with it. So when it comes to these guys, we'll just put some roads around them the way we usually do. We'll go straight across like this. And we'll have a little bit of room in here for some decoration and in here for some decoration. And of course, another couple of houses just in there because we can, which I think is totally fine. Obviously, a little bit of overlap with the taverns right here, but it means if we expand to the right and expand to the left, we still sort of maintain that coverage. Now, I think what we'll also do is expand back this way with some 2x3 sections so that we can hopefully get something relatively even looking right about there, which I think that looks fine. We'll surround those inroads as well. And so now they have a little bit of a source of food. They have their, public services. We probably want to get them some porridge as well. And I kind of want to see what else. I just want to remind myself they need clothes to level up as well. Okay. So I think just to keep them relatively happy. Oh, we've got diseases. That's fine. Let's give them a little bit of porridge. So it is oat farm 1 minute, porridge stand 1 minute. That's totally fine. So it's the 1-to-1 ratio that we're very familiar with. Let's go to here, I think, and we'll just sort of push this guy right into this side of the map right here. That's actually a lot. That's got a lot more available space than I thought it would. We'll do here. That should be all right. I think we'll do a second one of these guys just to keep us all right, just to make sure that we have plenty of what we need. We'll do something like that as well. And then they're obviously going to need a road connection. So right to about there, we have a warehouse right here, which is kind of perfect. That'll keep them happy. And we can do our porridge stands, I guess, right across the street from them. Isn't the worst place in the world. These don't have any area benefits, so we don't need to put them close to anything else. That'll just give us the porridge that we're looking for. And then when it comes to tunics, it is still a 1-to-1 ratio for the spinner and the hemp farm. So I think same story. We go over here, although I am going to take up, do I maybe want to future-proof the porridge a little bit? I probably do, now that I think about it. It probably isn't going to hurt to just get one extra right here. So we'll do a little something like this, and we'll make sure the extra part is just up here so we can kind of continue up and around. Get this guy across with another little porridge stand, and I'm thinking the porridge stand could go, I want to say down here, and I'm tempted to do another one just to fill in that space. I sort of like that as an idea. I think that's pretty good. And then maybe we just sort of continue up this way, and that's where the hemp farms can go. I think that's actually, no, we probably want another oat farm since it is a 1-to-1 ratio. So bring this up and around as well to about there. Should be totally fine with, of course, our little road right here. So that's going to be some future-proofing in terms of porridge, which is great. I'm really hoping these hemp farms don't, I don't think they're going to mess. Ooh, they are going to mess a little bit with my wood cutting. We might have to move that, but we'll see what happens. We'll do one here. We can bring this right back to, I guess, in there is fine. That looks all right. We'll get another one, and I think I might just get away with this. I don't think that's messing too much with anything, although that's going to look a little rough is what that's going to look. That's fine. I think that's all right. And then we just need to connect these guys as well. Can I do a little road through here without messing with that? Absolutely not. What about through here? That messes with it as well. Of course it does. Does this mess with it? Yes, it does. Does this? It does not. Okay. Perfect. That's absolutely perfect. All right. Let's get a spinner. Since these guys will give us some knowledge and some extra income, I think what we'll do, since we have 2 hemp farms, is I think a spinner down here, I think a spinner up here. So we have a little bit of extra coverage. So clear those 2 out, clear those 2 out, and we can do a spinner right here and a spinner right here. You might notice, by the way, I'm not really concerning myself too much with the orientation of a lot of these buildings. I just don't really think it matters too much. We'll do a bit of healthcare right there, a bit of healthcare right there. And you don't have a warehouse because of course you don't. All right, we can build a warehouse. I think right here should be pretty good because my thinking is that I might be able to build, yeah, I can totally build a little bridge straight across there, which looks fantastic. So that'll keep you running. which is great news. We have a decent little bit of timber, so we can get some of these houses up and going as well, which we definitely want to do. And the whole point of building all of this, by the way, is sort of the twofold thing of getting our hands on... We don't have Sandarite fertility up here. Hold on a minute. Do we... I thought we... Wait, hold on a minute. I hovered over this island. I thought we had Sandarite. What island of mine had Sandarite fertility? You? You're kidding me. Wait, why are they all ruined as well? Hold on a minute. But I hovered over this one. Okay, you know what? It's fine. This island at least has marble. We need that. We do. This island is also huge. We do need marble. So Sandarite fertility, whatever, we'll get there. The marble situation is basically going to be a case of building 2 marble quarries. So probably here and here. And then we're going to want 3 marble masons. Now these guys need tier 3 residents, and they're also... they've got a really big radius on them for decreased healthcare, which I don't love. Not a huge fan of that. We'll build 1, I guess, over there. Obviously, we don't have the materials for this yet. We need concrete, which is going to be a whole thing, because to get concrete, we do actually have everything we would need here, which is fantastic. So we will be able to do that. But we're going to need, like I said, 3 of these guys. So let's do 1 right here. I think that'll be all right. And we can do another one, I guess, right here. And that'll be all right. So that they're nice and close to their resources, which is always going to be good. And then connecting these guys together, we'll do a little something like this, just so that they have that connection. And we'll do... Do I want to do a big old road like this? I don't know that I necessarily do. I could do that, I think. That might be an option. What about you? What does this look like? That looks rough, is what that looks like. Don't know that I love that. Yeah, we'll do sort of the double road thing here, just because I think it's gonna look cool. So that right there is kind of what we're looking for. We can connect you straight through like this, and yeah, that'll be fine. Over on this side of things, I do think we do something similar. We bring this road out just because we can. I think we bring this road out again just because we can. And I think we'll do the same thing here. I'm just going to sort of bring these roads out to see what we can end up doing with them, really. So we get some kind of interesting little road layouts in here. I also kind of like that. I'm not going to lie. I think that's kind of neat. And I kind of like the idea of this one maybe coming straight down here, just because, again, it sort of can. I think that's kind of cool looking. And it just gives us an idea of where we're going to build into. You know, it gives us a bit of a plan, a bit of a path ahead, I suppose. And you know, I suppose while we're here, we should probably get our hands on 2 limestone quarries, because we're going to be needing those. We're going to need 3 sand refineries. I'm also referring to my chart, just in case you're curious about where I'm getting these numbers from. We'll do a sand refinery here, here, and here, so that we have the 3 of them. And then we're going to need, if again I look at my chart, for concrete, 6 concrete mixers. Now these guys do not have any negative effects in the immediate area, which is fine. So we'll do 2 of them right there. We can do, I think maybe 2 of them down here as well. Could be kind of interesting. So 2 right there, because that gives us 4. And then I think another 2 over here will be totally fine. And that also means I can bring my roads through here. I'm going to leave that sort of open because I kind of like that idea. And we'll bring you sort of through here as well. And that should be totally fine. That's a lot of future proofing. And I mean, we're doing all of this without even having the ability to do anything about tiles right now. So I think building a clay pit right here could be a really good idea. We need 1 of these guys. We're going to need 1 charcoal burner, which, man, I really want to be careful placing this thing. I don't want to completely sort of ruin these areas. I'm also aware that if I build this thing here, I can't necessarily, yeah, we're not going to build it there. That's too close to everything. We could build it out this way for now. It will have to move eventually, but I think this is probably one of the better spots for it. If I could get in here, that would be perfect as well. But back there might be the spot for the charcoal burner. It can live in that spot. We can do a warehouse in here, I think, is probably the right place for a warehouse. We'll get some roads around it as well, of course. And then once we've got that all done, we need to get ourselves the tiler. So again, ratios wise, it's 1 clay pit, 1 burner, and 2 tilers, which is completely fine. This does reduce fire safety, which I don't necessarily love. Not a huge fan of that. I also don't want to be placing it a ways away from where we're going to be doing. Well, I don't mind it being far away from production, but I don't want it to be too far away from where the fire stations are going to be. So we'll do something like this. That'll be fine. We don't have the workers for it, but what we can do is get all of you. We will get all of you. And we can upgrade some of these guys as well, which is absolutely fantastic. But for now, I just want to get them built. And I think given that we do need some better workers, we'll get those guys upgraded. And I think maybe we just wait for the rest of the upgrades to come through here, because we're going to have to get a bunch of supplies for these guys as well. Although we can, of course, get things like the Sanctuary for better happiness. We can get the Grammaticus for better knowledge, which is going to be huge. I just don't want to... why are my ships constantly under attack? Can you guys leave my ships alone? It's getting really annoying. I might just have to... Island under siege. Oh, this one? Yeah, no, we're not doing that. We're definitely not. Now, in other news, we have these guys offering a ceasefire. If I give them 5,000, they will basically end the little war that we have going on. I don't want the Emperor to dislike me, so I'm not going to be doing that. We have a festival that can be hosted, which will give us +2 knowledge for 4 hours on the main island. Absolutely. That gives us 11.6k knowledge. We have another festival, which gives us income and belief over in Whisperwind. We will pay for that. And we have unrest, or whatever this is, a sacrifice to the gods. I thought it was unrest. It is not. The Roman priests of Nisus are concerned at your lack of piety and the poor example it sets for your people. They call upon you to organize a public sacrifice and require the attendance of all residents. Interesting. So if we sacrifice to Mars, this gives us belief for 4 hours plus 200. It gives us, I guess, troop recruitment cost goes down by 50% for, I need to give the Emperor some soldiers. I forgot about that. This might be good because I do want to get some troops. This gives us more belief and ship construction cost goes down. That could be kind of huge. This is more belief and happiness. This is less happiness, but the Emperor will like me a lot more. Oh, you know, I'm going to be honest. I'm looking at these numbers and I'm thinking that as much as I like the idea of troop recruitment costs going down or ship costs going down, we have 687,000 denarii. I don't think costs are a problem. Belief and happiness would be nice, but I really want the Emperor to like me. Happiness going down for 4 hours. Oh man, that's a really rough one. Man, I do. You know what? We're doing this. We're doing this. I'm going to take the hit. I know it's a stupid hit to take, but I'm going to take it because we also have to send these troops to the Emperor. So if we go down here, happiness is okay. My troops are right here. Can I put you guys onto a boat somewhere? So if I move you down this way, do they follow a road? I've got no idea what they do. Yeah, they do. That's very cool. Okay. So yeah, we're going to send these archers to the Emperor is basically what we're going to do. I'm going to need a boat to do it. So we'll get the flagship up here as the boat of choice for sending these guys down to the Emperor. My flagship, oh, it does have guns. Okay. I was a little bit worried for a second there that it didn't have guns, but it absolutely does. I say guns, you know what I mean. So how do I put you guys in the boat? I just right click the boat and okay, that does it. Interesting. All right, so we need to deliver these guys down here, which we can absolutely do. I love that it's not too far away. That makes my life a little bit easier. I don't remember what I'm getting for this. Obviously, it'll be favor from the Emperor, but I don't remember exactly what it was, which I guess is fine. While we're here, though, having a little bit of a look into our diplomacy might be an idea. We're at 66 reputation with the Emperor, which is good. Can I look at the general overview here? Yes, that's what we want. That's what we want. The Emperor does not like you. That's interesting. Okay. So if I get this, I mean, I don't necessarily know why I'm doing this, because there's not really many benefits to it until we get to here. This title grants me the ability to force other governors to be your specialists, even if you're not allied. It reduces the reputation cost for war declarations. That could be kind of good. And a defensive alliance with the Emperor as well could be really good, actually. Now that I think about it, that could be very, very useful. So let's see here. Deliver the archers, absolutely. Okay, plus 10 reputation. That should bring me up to like 76, which is fine. We have some contracts here for a bunch of stuff that I'm not really interested in. I just want my flagship to go back to the blockade, is what I want it to do. So we'll send it there. Can I shift click and tell it to, yeah, there we go. So it's going to come down. It's going to just sit there. That'll be totally fine, which means I can go back to my island here. Now we do have tiles production going right ahead, which is perfect. We have our concrete mixers down here, which is not bad either. We just need to build the sand refineries, which, what do they need for construction? Tiles as well. So we need the sand refineries, we need the concrete mixers, and we need these guys as well, the limestone quarries, which apparently I can't build right now. That's interesting. Do I have to just sort of bulldoze these and place them again for them to work properly? Yeah, apparently. So we'll build one there. We'll build one there. We are going to need a warehouse out this way. So we'll do a little warehouse right here with some roads around it. That'll be fine. That connects both of those guys. So that gets us the limestone. We can build you guys. We can build one of you, and that gives us some basic concrete production, or it will once we get, obviously, some level 3 workers out here, which is fine. This is all okay. I'm rushing a little bit because I want to try and get my marble production going. That's kind of important to me. So let's get all of you upgraded. Let's also build these lavatories for a bit of bonus healthcare. We will need to deal with healthcare out here. And I suppose we need to start providing you guys with things, right? So you're going to want more clothing. You're going to want sandals or soap. Okay, we can deal with that. You're also going to be wanting a sanctuary or a grammaticus. You're also going to be wanting bread or garum. The easiest things to do here, I think, will be the grammaticus. Admittedly, it is... where am I going to put this thing? I think in here probably makes the most sense. Just simply because while it doesn't cover all the buildings in the bottom right, it is going to give us really great coverage in this area once we expand. So yeah, I think the grammaticus... I think, unfortunately, as much as I want to detail this space, this island is very much being built out of necessity for marble. So I think that's just kind of where we're at with this thing. This will give us bonus happiness and belief. I'm not against that by any means. I sort of like the idea of building it here as well, just because, again, the coverage is pretty solid. So I think we will build it out here. Put some roads around it and that'll be all right. I don't necessarily want to mess with this all too much, so that's fine. We should probably move these guys, actually. Now that I think about it, we have this beautiful space up here. So if I was to just, move you to here, we have, plenty of trees in that area. We could put the other one right next door. Oh, we can. Okay. Can I put this one across the way? Is that an option? I could put it here? Yeah, I'm fine with that. I think that's okay. We might want to do a little bit more production with wood at some point, but for now, that's actually all right. I don't mind that too much. We'll get rid of all these roads because you don't really need them. And that gives me room to expand out here as well, which I'm very excited about. What do you want? Yeah, we're not paying this. Absolutely not. I'll deal with the risks. It's not the end of the world. All right, so getting back on topic, we need to provide you with hats and probably sandals. I think that's going to be the easiest combo of things. So sheep will be nice and simple here. I think we can work with this. It's obviously one sheep farm to 2 of the felters. Then when it comes to sandals, we do have everything we would need, so let's get this done. Thankfully, we have a little bit more room over here to play with now, so let's do, I guess, a little teeny tiny sheep farm right there, which we can bring back. And then I would like to just copy this a couple of times over, maybe just 2, because I don't know if we need to go too crazy with that. We'll bring this up to here, and then it was 1 sheep farm to 2 of these guys. These guys do provide happiness to nearby buildings. So let's do one, I want to say here is, actually no, they provide income to nearby buildings, but you know, income's good too. I'll take either at this point, to be quite honest with you. Either one works. We'll build this guy up here so we get a little bit of bonus coverage. We do need 4 of them. So we'll build another one down here. Again, just so that when we build into this area, we have really good coverage. And I'm sort of thinking that we could build one up that way. I don't think we need to. I think we'll just build it over here. Again, so we have really good coverage if and when we get out to these spaces. So those are hopefully going to be good. Those are hopefully going to get up and running in no time at all. Would be my hope. And that'll give us some hats, which brings us to sandals or soap. Can we do soap here? We cannot. Sandals are much easier. So again, looking at my chart, it is 1 pig farm, 1 salt pond, 2 tanneries, and then into 4 sandal makers. So the salt ponds need a harbor area. That is totally fine. We don't have a lot of harbor space right here, but we do have, I think, a bunch of it over that way. We do. Do we have some on this side of the island? We do. Yeah, we've got enough harbor space to make this work. I think this one's just going to be very industrial. So build you there and build you there, and that should be fine. So that gives us the, wait, we only needed 1 of those. I'm an idiot. All right, get rid of you. We don't need all of those. We need 1 pig farm is what we need. Now this guy is going to reduce health for any buildings nearby. So I think it probably makes sense that we kind of just tuck it up here out of the way ever so slightly, which I guess is fine. So right about there, and what way do I want to lay these things out? 1, 2, I guess 3, 4, and can I do that? No, too far away. Okay, that's fine. We can do, we'll do this for now. We do only need the 1, which is fine by me. Does that have a warehouse connection? It absolutely does. It's going to be a little bit strained though, I think, that warehouse connection. It's a little bit far away. We'll do this. And I think we might want to do, I think another warehouse could be a really good idea, just in here, or even here. It's a little close to that existing warehouse, but I think we'll do it just to sort of fill the space, and just so we have the extra warehouse in case we need it. And at the very least, that should now give us sandals, which is great, eventually. Wait, no, it won't. We didn't build the rest of it. Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit. It's the tannery that reduces happiness nearby. So let's build, I guess, 1 tannery right in here, and we could build another one down here. I know it's going to reduce happiness in this area quite considerably, but I just want them to be relatively close to each other, and then we can build sandal makers. And this gives us income as well. We need 4 of them. So let's build 1 here, so that we get some bonus income from that area. We can build another one up here for bonus income from that space. We'll build another one, I want to say next to this guy, so that this area has some really nice bonuses, and we'll build one here so that this area has some really nice bonuses. And now we should have some sandal production. Although we do need to upgrade another row of these houses just to make sure that we're doing okay on that front. That should make them a little bit happier, which is good. So we are basically halfway to leveling these guys up to tier 3, which is great. Bread and garum are going to be a whole thing. And then obviously amphora and olive oil are also going to be a thing. Can we get this here? We actually do have the ability to get some resin tappers out here, which is great news. So this is actually going to be really good for us. I'm quite happy about that one. The olives as well. Apparently we do have olive fertility here. Wait, this is tier 2. Okay. Yeah, we can totally do this. This is good. This is going to be pretty straightforward, actually. This is going to be really good. All right. I'm kind of excited about this. It's going to be straightforward. This is actually a really good island that I totally have been taking for granted this entire time. Let's build you, and let's get some extra houses into these spaces, I think. How do I want to do houses for this? You know what? It doesn't matter. We're just going to do some straightforward, kind of boring old grids here, just because I think it makes sort of the most sense for the space. We need the population. So messing about with sort of different layouts and detailing right now, it's just not an option. We need the population. We're up to level 3, which is great. We need to get to tier 3 residents in here, which is, it's going to take a minute, but we're getting there today is what we're doing. I'm also thinking it might be a really good idea to build some depots out here, just because we don't actually have them yet. So I think I kind of want to. I think I want to get a depot right here, and I think I want to get a depot right here, even if we don't necessarily have the materials, because it does increase storage capacity, and that's kind of important to us that we get that done. This warehouse was also complaining a little bit, so if we could upgrade you, which is going to need a bunch of timber, that would be kind of fantastic news to stop them from being a little bit overloaded and being a bit delayed. All right, so let's start working on bread. We need 2 wheat farms, 1 grain mill, 1 charcoal burner, and 2 bakeries. We're also researching a bunch of things super quickly right now because we have a bunch of research points, and I think we've reached the part where we're researching a bunch of low-level things because I didn't research them earlier in the game. That's completely fine. Let's see. Can I do a little bridge across here? Is that going to be an option? It is. It doesn't look great. I don't love that. Can I do a bridge through here? Nope, don't love that either. I can do a bridge here, which I guess is fine. I think this is where we're going to basically build our whole bread production. Let's do a little road down here just to connect this all together. Let's do a little road. Okay, we're just getting so much research right now. It's amazing. We'll do oh, that's not what I wanted at all. That looks absolutely terrible. Let's get that to work like this. That's a little bit better. Okay, so that's a good connection to have. I think we do not bring that across. It's going to mess with things too much. Yeah, I think we just do bread production out here. So again, we need 2 wheat farms. I don't remember exactly how big the backyards of these guys need to be. So this will be kind of interesting. Let's do... Yeah, we'll do them that way around. That'll be fine. We'll go for here, and then 210 is though. Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot more than I anticipated for this. Huh. All right. If we go 3 on either side and we just go back, that gives us a bit of a weird shape, but I guess that's what we do. Good Lord. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Let's use the eyedropper and basically clone this entire thing is what I want to do. The game is really not happy with me doing this, but we'll do 2 of them right there. And then I want to move them is what I want to do. I want to move them right back, which actually it's really satisfying that they sort of curve around the terrain like that. I'm assuming you don't have your 200. Oh, you have, yeah, 200. Well, 201's fine. What about you? If I move you back to that spot, what do you look like? You're down to 208. You know what? I'm okay with that. I mean, yes, it's a little bit less efficient, but it's probably fine. If I was to try and clone this entire place again and put another one, say, here, I'm kind of okay with that, though we don't need 3 of them. So I'm just going to stick with the 2. We'll run a little road straight across here. And I guess, you know what? We'll just loop it around. We'll go to here, and this one is going to go, I guess, like that is fine. It's a bit weird looking, but it's all right. This can cut straight across there, which again is a bit weird looking, but it's all right. So we have the 2 wheat farms, which is great. We need 1 grain mill, which can fortunately go right here, which is kind of an amazing spot for it. That could not be better. We'll run a little something around like this. We need 1 charcoal burner for this guy, which could go in these spots here. I'm slightly tempted to say it goes out here just because it kind of, it's out of the way which is always good as far as I'm concerned for a charcoal burner. We'll put it right there for now and run a little road just up alongside it. Or maybe around it. Yeah, we'll just run it around it. That'll be okay. Do I want to do this as well? Sure, we'll do that. Completely unnecessary, but we'll do that. Now we need 2 bakeries. So the bakeries are my favorite part. It gives us income and less fire safety, as per usual. Let's do... Where do I want to go with these? Do I have room down here? I do not. Okay. Let's just use this spot, say... it's not great coverage, though. And I don't know how many houses are going to be in this area. Let's do here. It's 38 buildings versus 49 buildings. You know what? Let's not do that. Let's do somewhere that makes sense. Let's go for right here for 1 bakery. And then I guess, you know what? We'll do another one just right in sort of the same spot a little bit further down here. So right about there. And I guess we're going to look to surround these guys with roads at some point is what we're going to do, so that we can get some houses and stuff in here as well. In fact, maybe that is what we do right now. Maybe we work on getting the population up just ever so slightly. So I don't love that. Let's do this. That kind of fills in that space. We can do here as well. We're going to have a bit of an ugly double road in there, which I don't really appreciate. Although we can do that. That's all right. I can work with that. A little bit of a double road in some of these spots, but not necessarily the end of the world. And that'll give us a nice little boost to the income from the bakery. And obviously it drops the fire safety, which we probably urgently want to do something about, but that's okay. We're we're living a little bit dangerously. That's okay. Let's get some fire coverage in here. Let's get some fire coverage up here. Let's get some fire coverage, I want to say over here. And we'll do a little bit of fire coverage. Can I get it in there? Probably not. We could do down here. This is, it's a little bit out of the way, but, well, that's probably fine. We probably don't need to do that. Healthcare, on the other hand, is something we also need to look into. We'll do some healthcare in, I want to say in here is probably not a bad spot for a bit of healthcare just to cover that entire space. We could do a little bit more healthcare just out here to sort of cover all of these buildings. And again, that should keep us pretty solid. And then for policing, we are going to say, can I get in there? No. Okay, what about up here? That's 83 buildings. It's 50 buildings. I think we'll go for the 83. And I want to say over here as well. No, over here. You know what? The 1 policing building will be totally fine. What do you want? This is a knowledge festival in Augustea. Yes. 12.7k knowledge. Don't mind if I do. So I think just to keep these guys nice and happy and to avoid another drain on fire safety, we're going to go for olive oil because we can do that here. We're going to need 4 olive growers and 3 olive presses. So these guys are probably going to have a ton of spaces behind them yet again, which I don't know that I'm looking forward to, but I'm kind of curious to see just how much space. 240. That's too much. That's too many olives. We need 240 olives for, oh my God. We just genuinely do not have the space for all of this. That's 1. We need 3. Well, no, we need 4. Oh God. Oh boy. Right. Okay. We'll do one out here and we'll try to just sort of reasonably fill this space, I guess. That's 129. What does this do? That's such a waste of an area though. There's so much room out there that I could do other stuff in, but that's 2 at the very least, which I guess is all right. So that's 2 of them. I guess 3 could sort of go in here, which is fine. It's gonna mess with the charcoal guy, but that's probably gonna have to move anyway. So that's 3. We'll fill out this space, and you are horrendously inefficient now. Yeah, let's move you to that spot. I don't love that as a spot for it. What about up here? Actually, no, that's going to be a kind of a worse spot. Let's just put you in there. You do have a warehouse connection, which is fine. You are missing so many of your plants right now. Oh man, there's so many olives. It's just unreasonable. It really is. It's unreasonable, but we'll do this, which is fine. And we need one more. Can I do one more in here? That actually seems like kind of a cool place for it, now that I think about it. I mean, yes, we're going to be slightly messing with the pathing towards the warehouse, but this seems like an area that could do with some olives. I'm going to be honest. So let's try it. This is what we're going to do. If I do this, it's 154. This is 188. This is 222. And this is 240. Can I do the 240 straight across here? 239. You know what? 239 is going to be good enough. They can deal with 239. We'll do this. We'll do a little angled bit of road right here. A little angled bit of road right there. Just because it looks cool. It's the only, I mean, it's going to be a nightmare to build on that, but it looks cool. And that's important as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, we have the olive growers. We need the olive presses. These guys give us health benefits in nearby areas. So let me move you right up that way. Let me put this guy right in here, which gives us +1 health to 72 buildings, which is amazing. We can do another one over here, which is +1 health to 45 buildings. And if I could get one right in the middle here, that is 105 buildings. You guys are getting bulldozed and replaced with an olive press. There we go. That's going to give us a bunch of health in that area as well, which is absolutely fantastic. Okay, so that gives us olive oil, which means these guys at some point should be able to be upgraded, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Yeah, so each, I guess, yeah, okay, I see how this works. I don't know why I was confused about this, but I've always been slightly confused about this. Basically, this green bar here, because it doesn't have like a divider in it, is one little like notch on this progress bar. So you get 2 from the market and the tavern, and then the sanctuary counts as 2. This counts as 2. So that's why we have this how it is, I suppose. This is obviously 4. Yeah, this should be fine. So if we can provide olives to the households or olive oil to the households, we should be able to level them up to tier 3, which is what we're looking for. That's good. That's progress. That is exactly what we want. Now let's go around, I guess, and upgrade this warehouse because that needs to be done. We have so many things that need construction to be finalized. Let's make sure healthcare is good in here. Fire coverage is good over there. Fire coverage in this place kind of sucks, honestly, but it is what it is. It's fine. Did we ever get those quarries? We did. So those quarries are,
oh dear,
they're working, which is fine. So the limestone then needs to go to the concrete guy. Yes, but we don't have the workers for it, which is fine. That's again to be expected. That is kind of where we're at. Let's build you guys so we have a few more workers just in case we happen to need them. And I guess we're kind of just waiting for the rest of these buildings to come together is what we're doing. Oh, there we go. We have these upgrades available, which is fantastic news. I do think we're going to want to be careful with what we upgrade and where, though. So I'm going to just upgrade a few of you guys to start with. And then can I upgrade an entire block right here? I totally can. That is perfect. Now, these guys are going to be wanting a bunch of things to be able to upgrade again, which is something I want to do. That's kind of why we're working towards marble production, because these guys do have some things that will require marble production, which is obviously kind of a big deal. I do also want to get, I think I mentioned fine glass. I also obviously want to get the Sandarak stuff. The togas, can we do those here? No, that's fine. We can't do togas here. I don't know if we looked into doing togas anywhere, if I'm completely honest, but that's all right. Man, I love the coverage that you get from the theater. I really, really love the coverage you get from the theater. That's 144 buildings giving +1 knowledge. That's kind of huge, is what that is. That is kind of huge. All right, I'm very excited about that. Let's upgrade a few more of you guys so that we have enough workers in here for everything that we want to do. We still don't have enough workers, but we're getting there. We can upgrade. Man, I'm gonna need so much more timber. I need so much more timber. Oh no, this is interesting. Capitolini down here does have a mineral deposit thing on the island. So we can get minerals from here. We could, if we wanted to, also get the sand from here, although we can get that from elsewhere if we want to. The problem is that we need marble to build the mineral crusher, although we could ship that over here. Same with the concrete, I suppose. And then for the glass blower, we need tier 3 workers. So the glass blower is most likely going to be back on our main island right here because we have a bunch of these guys available. The glass smelter also requires tier 3 residents, which is fine. So part of this process is going to be spread out a little bit, is my thinking, but we can do it. And we can do it across islands that we already have populated. I don't necessarily need to go too crazy to actually get the minerals from Capitolini here. So that's going to be fantastic news. Obviously, the writing tablets are also apparently a Capitolini thing, which is fair enough. Did I? Okay, yeah, I think we've been over this. We need the apiaries as well. And then the tabulus, the writing tablets themselves, can probably get made back on the main island as well, since we need tier 3 residents for that. We need concrete, we need marble. So essentially what we're going to be doing is shipping Sandarak from Capitolini to Nisus, which is all right. We probably don't want to do the apiaries on Capitolini just to save on shipping a little bit. I think that's probably all right. And then the tablets themselves will get made back on Nisus. The minerals can be gathered in Capitolini, which is fine. The mineral crusher can be in Capitolini, so we get the pigments from here, essentially. And then the sand will be from Nisus, the smelting will be on Nisus, the glass blowing will be on Nisus. So we're going to be shipping a bunch of things from this island. This island is going to become really important to us, which is part of the reason that we have the old blockade out there, because this island is very, very important to us. We will need to start looking after it, but for now, I do want to just make sure that everything here is going to plan, because we have some buildings that need made. So this guy, we're going to finalize construction. We want to bulldoze you and bulldoze you, because we want to replace those and actually get them built, just like so. And that will, once we get people working in there, be marble production, which is something that we've never done before. So let's upgrade all of you just to make sure that we have enough workers there. Let's upgrade all of you. And then we want to start upgrading a bunch of these guys as well, just to get as many tier 3 workers into this place as we can manage. Let's go for here as well, which has got us in a nice spot. Let's go for you guys, I suppose. We're now getting a little bit low in Libertas workers, but honestly, that's not the end of the world. We can make that work, because getting new Libertas workers is relatively straightforward. We just need to do a little something like this across this area. We can do a couple of them right there. We can do a bunch of them down here, and we can do a handful of them in there as well, with, of course, a bunch of roads around here just to make sure that everyone has access to their houses. And that'll be fine. We just need a bit of timber so we can actually build all of this, because that's something that we're low on. But we should, once this is all up and running, and we do have marble production. Look at that. That's kind of fantastic news. That's what we're looking for. That's why we're here. I'm really pleased about that. This has worked a little bit better than I thought it was going to. This has gone a little bit quicker than I thought it was going to as well, which is always nice. Let's do a little road right there just because we can. I would like to just make this look slightly better. I know it doesn't matter. I know. I know it doesn't matter. But we'll do something like this just because we can. We'll take this road out of here. And that looks a little bit better as far as I'm concerned. All right. We have some timber. let's get you guys built. Let's get you guys built. And that is hopefully going to deal with the population issue. It's not really dealing with it at all. That has dealt with the population issue, I think. Yeah. So now we have marble production. Oh. I didn't realize the fire was here. I didn't realize. Yeah, negative 331 on fire coverage kind of checks out. We could do like a little well in here. That might be a good idea. A little well over here could be a good idea as well. 36 buildings up there for coverage. We can do 27 buildings in there, I guess, although I think they already have sort of well coverage. Yeah, for the most part they do. 23 buildings, 20 buildings, 22 buildings. I think well coverage is probably good enough. We just need the materials to build the thing, which is something we'll get our hands on. A little bit of healthcare might not be terrible while we're at it, although healthcare, I guess, is sort of all right in most of this space. I don't, we have a latrine thing in there already. We have one up here already. We could go out here with one. We could go down here with one. 52 buildings getting covered is pretty solid. I'm sort of okay with that. We just need the materials to build everything. So let's do, I don't love that this is still on fire. Not a huge fan of that, but we'll manage. So now that marble production is up and going, it's probably not a bad idea to get our hands on another civilian ship for a little bit of cargo work. Although I'm not 100% sure that we need a huge ship for this, if I'm completely honest, because we're not going to be moving that much marble, and we're in relatively safe waters as well. So I think we'll go for the smaller ship right here, and that should be enough for us, and that should keep us in a pretty good spot. You want to settle an island. You know what? I don't even care. I just take the island. I don't care. It's fine. Just you do you is what you're going to do anyway, because it is what it is. Let's get all of this built. Let's make sure. I don't remember what these guys were. That was a concrete mixer. Oh, yeah, we need those. We need a few of those, actually. There's another marble mason as well. Might as well get that going. We need more workers, of course, because naturally. So let's upgrade all of you. And that was still not enough. That's surprising. Upgrade you two, and that puts us in a good spot. Upgrade all of you, and that nearly puts us in a good spot. Can I get you guys upgraded as well? There we go. So that now has us in a fantastic spot as well. All right. This island's actually looking pretty good in terms of production. We have everything going that I want to get going. So once we get that ship, we can set up a trade route from here back to Nisus with the marble. And then if we look into what you guys want, we need marble for the forum, and we need marble for the baths. We don't need that much marble, but we need a little bit, which is completely fine. I also just want to double check that we don't have, we don't have mineral deposits on this island. We don't, you know, if I did the bigger ship, we could have moved sand from here just because we have that trade route already going on. That might not be a terrible idea, although we don't really have room for sand unless I just go and connect over to this other coastline, which I don't think we need to do right now. Do we have room on Nisus for more production? Yes, which is fine. Whisperwind, by the way, doing terribly. I've been getting notifications about it, you know, being ravaged with plague and fires and whatnot. I should go and look at it. I'm not going to, because currently I just don't really care all that much. There's our ship though, which is fantastic. So let's get you onto a trade route. You're going to be going from Lerna down to Nisus, which is a nice and safe route. So there to there. You're loading up on marble, which is going to be right there. Do I need you to load up on anything else? Probably not. Does anything need to go back to Lerna? Also probably not. We'll just have that route there. Island storage is already full. That makes sense. Wait, this good cannot be unloaded. Right, Whisperwind has a bunch of concrete already. That's fine. Sure. We'll not worry too much about that. That's not the end of the world. It just is what it is. So we have a trade route for marble going back to Nisus. Let's just sort of take inventory for a second and see where we are, because this is going to let me build the forum. It is going to let me build the baths. Both of those seem kind of huge in terms of the benefits that they give. They're also kind of huge in terms of the footprint that they have. So, I mean, given the fact that we have 359 spare Libertas workforce, I wouldn't feel too bad about clearing out some of this space or this space. To be perfectly honest, it's not the nicest thing to do, but it is an option. We could potentially clear out some of this space here as well for something like the forum. It's not going to look great, though, is sort of my concern. Because this is where I want things to look good, you know? This is somewhere that I want things to have a certain, you know, something to it. This area needs to look kind of cool, because this is kind of our main, it's our main city, it's our main area. I am thinking here, to be perfectly honest. I think clearing out this space and building this thing right here, that's 274 buildings. If I build it on this side, it's 306. If I build it here, it's 328. Man, the coverage on these guys is huge. It really, really is. It also gives us a population boost, which is kind of huge as well. I think this block here could maybe go, or in here. It doesn't really matter, but I want it to look cool, you know? I do want it to look cool. Let me clear you guys out and you guys out. Let me get rid of this road. Let me clear out all of my, oh man. Let's clear out all of this as well. This is going to be kind of painful to do. I've got a lot of surfaces in here that need to go as well, which is a little bit rough, but we'll figure that out. So all of this needs to go. Do I have surfaces there? I think I do. I don't know if I've got surfaces in the rest of that place, but that's all right. So the forum, this guy, this big old chungus of a building is still too big for that space, which is kind of annoying, but that's probably okay. Yeah, I think we can make this work. It is clipping with some, I don't know what the problem is in the bottom left here. I don't know if have I got trees down there? Is that a tree that I placed? I honestly don't know. I really don't know. Okay, this thing sort of fits in here. It's 256 buildings. I think we do it. Is what we do. I think that's, it's a pretty cool looking building. I think it sort of works. We're gonna need some roads, of course, to properly surround this thing. So let's just get that going and then bring that through there, I suppose. I still have surfaces just everywhere, which is an absolute nightmare to figure out and deal with, because we just don't have, I can't really see them properly, is essentially the problem that we're having. I can surround these guys as well, which I think we'll do this, and we'll do I want to do this? Does that look okay? It doesn't look great, does it? Let's move this building again. This guy was originally up this way. It can sort of go back up this way, I think, just so it's not in that weird corner. And then we'll just do a little road right here. And I think that looks all right. It's thrown in there a little bit, admittedly. It's not an ideal location for it, but it should be fine. Looking at these guys now, we still have the baths to build, which we do have the materials for. I just don't know where this thing would go, because again, it's a huge building. I'm kind of thinking here. I'm kind of thinking that this market might need to move, and then these residences might need to move, and this spinner might need to move. We're gonna have to move a lot of things, is what we're gonna have to do here. So take you guys out. Let's move the spinner to that spot. Let's move the market to this spot, is my thinking. And then I'm really hoping, what have we got in here? What is that, a watchtower? Let's move the watchtower as well. Move the watchtower to, you know what? I actually like the idea of it being at an angle in there. That'll be kind of cool. We can get rid of these surfaces while we're here. This is going to be the absolute bane of my existence now. I really like doing the surfaces. I really like doing the detailing and doing the decorating, but man, actually spotting these things to remove them is such a nightmare because it doesn't properly, like you can see there, I've got it highlighted and it's kind of working this time, but it doesn't always, and it's really frustrating. But those guys can come out, this road can go, this road can go. And does that give me room for the baths? Oh, it does. Oh man, that's, I could not have asked for a better, what way around do I want it? I kind of like this way. No, actually, I kind of like this way. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Look at that. That's a beautiful building. That's very, very cool. Okay. I wasn't expecting it to get this all done today, but here we are. I think we'll double up the roads around it as well, just because we can. That seems like a fair thing to do. And you know, as much as they're an absolute torture, I do sort of want to go back in here with some surfaces just to you know, bring it all together a little bit. So let's try and do this. I think that's kind of cool. Over this way, we can do something hopefully similar. Is that going to be an option? This right here seems good. Not too sure how this is all going to turn out, but we'll figure it out together is what we're going to do. This can come down to here. This can rotate around and go down to here and straight across like this. Does that look okay? Yeah, sort of. I don't know that I love it. I'm going to be honest. I don't know that I love it, but we'll figure it out together. Let's bring you down through here. And yeah, that'll be fine for now. We can detail the rest of the space. I think these areas are just going to be grass. That area is just going to be grass. This is just going to be grass. And then I just want to put trees in there. So for some of these guys, we'll do, I'd like some decently sized trees, to be completely honest. I think these guys are pretty good. I think we'll do maybe a couple of these guys just in the middle, be a little bit different. We haven't really played with those too much. We could do this guy in here. Seems like it makes sense. Do another one right there just to fill up that space. We can do another one over here to fill up that space. And I also need more surfaces down here just to make this all nice and bright green, which is kind of important. Okay, so now that we have these new fancy buildings built, all we need to do is hopefully provide a bunch of writing tablets or fine glass to our tier 3 households, and we'll be able to upgrade them, which is very, very exciting. Now, happiness on this island kind of sucks right now. It's a little bit problematic. We're a little bit short on beer. We're a little bit short on tunics. We're a bit short on olives and honey and other things as well. We will deal with that. We absolutely will. We will absolutely deal with that. It's going to take a moment to figure it all out, but I really like the progress that we're making here. I'm really, really pleased with how this is all coming together. I love that we've managed to get this island up and running and that we've managed to get it into a relatively good place. You know, it is a production island. It does exist solely to make marble and sort of ship it back to the main island where we do have a ton of marble right now, which is lovely. We could also look into selling some of that marble. I don't think that would be a terrible idea. Same with things like timber and tiles and concrete. If we go to our trading post and we go to our goods and we go to construction materials, the marble, I'm willing to sell if we have over, say, 100 of it right now, because I don't know how much of that we're necessarily going to need. The concrete, I'm willing to sell if we, you know, have maybe 350, maybe even 300 concrete. The tiles will sell if we're at 200, and timber will sell above, I don't know, 200 as well, just to be safe. We're not really selling any of those things right now, admittedly, because we're just sort of not. Maybe charcoal as well, sell that when we have over 300, just so that we're kind of getting rid of that if the option happens to come up, so that we can make a little bit of bonus cash. Not that we're hurting for money by any means, but a little bit of bonus money is certainly not going to hurt me. Now, just before we wrap things up for today, I do think it makes sense that we come back here to Whisperwind just to see how things are going. And for the most part, because I've not been here, everything is full, which is great and also slightly problematic. I also want to replace these depots that we have right here. This admittedly is going to cause some problems with, some surplus supplies. The reason I want to do this is because there seems to be a bug that when you build these guys using planning mode, or when you don't have all the materials, the base of them doesn't actually get built, which is just dumb looking. So I'm just doing this purely for the aesthetics, because I can, basically. This, I would like to... I should bring some ships out here, shouldn't I? I feel like I should bring some ships out here, although do I have to make them? I might have to build ships out here. Have we not done that yet? We haven't done that yet. We should probably look into some ship production out here at some stage or another. I'm not really too concerned at the moment with the lost flotsam. That's not really the end of the world, if I'm completely honest. Is this my ship? This is not my ship. That's fine. Yeah, I'm not worried about the lost flotsam. What I kind of want to do, though, is have a look at some trading options here, because we probably just should, in all honesty. We have a bunch of concrete out here that we can sell. I mean, we're bringing concrete here from Latium. So if we sell when we're above like 200, that seems fine. Tiles sell when above 200. The wattle and daub sell when above 200. Timber, same story, sell above 200. And I think we'll kind of just try and continue that across the board so that we make a little bit of extra money out here and potentially don't happen to, I don't know, run out of issues or run into issues would be the better way of wording that. But yes, that's my thinking, is we just start selling stuff here. We'll have production going on. We have all those complaints about storage being full now gone. I also forgot how much I really like the look of this place. I'm gonna be honest. I really did forget how much I like the look of Whisperwind. We will definitely need to come back here, just not today. And you know, just while we're on the topic of trading things, we're also gonna set up Augustea to sell some materials as well, because this is a place that we've been building new ships. We have a bunch of ship parts and weapons just sitting around, so we can sell those to just help things along a little bit. We'll upgrade you a couple of times too, just to make it look the part. Fire risk here is dreadful. That is deeply concerning. I would like to do something about that. I would really like to do something about that. Fire coverage down there is fine. I don't necessarily know what I can do about the fire risk around here. It's definitely not good. Probably just more wells, right? Just a bunch of these things just sort of dotted around the place a little bit for some bonus fire coverage. But even those, we have a ton of them. This place just kind of sucks in terms of fire safety. That's kind of what I'm realizing, which I guess is okay. Are we researching? We are researching things. Okay. I'll tell you what I think we're going to do then. Let's build... Oh, what do I want to build? Do I want to build some siege engines and start sending those out to... I don't know where I'd want to send them. We also don't have a lot of people here in Augustea right now, so we would need to boost the population before we start building a bunch more ships. So maybe we hold off. And you know, I think that's exactly what we're going to do, and I think that's exactly where we can leave things for today. I'm really pleased with what we've got done here. I love that we managed to just get that whole marble production island up and going. It needs a little bit of work. I do want it to look good at some point, but it is purely a production island, and that's kind of all we needed it to be. We're actually really close to tier 4 residents here on Nisus as well. If we can get the, the minerals production up and going, we can start to produce fine glass. And that might be enough to get us to where we want to be, which would be kind of amazing. I don't know what tier 4 residents look like. I don't know what they want. I'm sure it's going to be a nightmare, but I'm looking forward to the challenge. I hope you are as well. But either way, that's going to do us for today. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. This has been an absolute pleasure as always. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.